Alright, everybody, it's time for part 2 of answering all these questions. Starting with, In the End I Was Right asks, what do you think of anarchism? Um, I have several friends who I guess you would say are the only people who I would consider being the voice of anarchism in real life that I've seen. I've never really talked to any adults who are anarchists, only these other people in high school, but they're all, admittedly, they're all the stoner type punk rock kids. And the bad thing is, they kind of, they're always supporting anarchism and denouncing fascism and stuff, but they don't really know too much about what they're talking about. Their intentions are good, but the education isn't really behind it. As far as the actual system itself, I don't think it's practically possible at all. Just like any political system, the only reason why none of them work is because we have to use them with humans, and humans, they won't cooperate. That's why perfect communism will never work, because humans will never not be greedy, and that's why capitalism will never work. I mean, true extreme capitalism, because then nobody will want to help anybody else. And anarchism won't work because there will be crazy people who will just want to go and kill everyone, and it'll just be a big mess. Anyway, Chosen Rogues asks, have you considered telling your parents about how you rejected Christianity? Of course, I've thought about it all the time. I just, I need to wait for the opportune moment so that when I tell them, it's a good time to tell them, so that not only will they accept it and not freak out, but also they will, who knows, maybe listen to what I have to say. Who knows, I may be able to deconvert them, you never know. Let's see. Mr. Kruve asks, number one thing that bothers you about English? The one thing that bothers me about English is it is the hardest language to learn. If you speak a different language and you try to learn English, I can understand. Our language is just so fucked up. Words that sound exactly the same but are spelled differently and have different meanings, all that hullabaloo. So, he also asks, how many people have you killed with your bare hands? I've killed 10 people with my bare hands and 11 people with my gloved hands, because they're my assassin gloves. How many people have you killed with a weapon? I've killed about 25, or if we count, I guess that one lady was pregnant, so we'll count that as a twofer. 26 people with a crowbar. How many people have you killed just by thinking about it? I haven't perfected this technique yet. I'm trying to work on it, and once I have learned how to kill people just with a pure thought, it will be the entire cast of Fox News. Let's see. And my choice of tool to open up a coconut, stick of dynamite, or a jackhammer? Obviously, a stick of dynamite. I like big explosions. Shay Wem asks, did you see Inglourious Basterds? If so, did you like it? I haven't seen the movie yet. I really want to, but my cousin wants to see it with me, so we made sure that neither of us are going to see it until we can both go see it together. Newton Student asks, have you ever fantasized about killing someone? Oh yeah, of course. I think everybody has. This just the difference is that most of us choose not to act on that fantasy, and others are unable to help themselves. But then again, if I say I've fantasized about, hitting Bill O'Reilly in the head with a baseball bat, I'm not the only one. Dev Tamagi asks, would you like to hang out? Yes, I would, if I could afford the $1,000 plane ticket to get way the hell over to, is it Alberta that you live, I think? Definition is gone asks, can you make me a sandwich? I could, but I'm not going to, because I'm an asshole. He also asks, would you jump on a grenade to save a classroom full of children, 8 to 12 children, or save 70 to 80 known convicts that have seemed to have changed their ways? You die in the process of saving them. This is a problem. If I knew, for example, that some of these children would grow up to be extremely important citizens, like, this is just trying to take a logical approach and try to detach it from emotions, but if, like, one of the children would have grown up to learning the cure for cancer and I knew that, I'd obviously pick them, just because the end result would be more lives saved. And if these convicts were convicts for very heinous crimes, I don't think it would really make me sympathetic to them if they'd supposedly change their ways, because they usually change their ways by saying they found Jesus in prison. It's one of those situations where it's a lose-lose either way, because people have to die, but I probably would save the children. Cowset616 asks, what's your opinion of Manowar, The King's Metal, or cheesy crap? I love cheesy crap. I like old school metal mostly myself. Iron Maiden, Motorhead, stuff like that. But, you know, I listen to that stuff too, and I like it. I don't care if it's cheesy, it's something I like, so whatever. Also, what is the metal scene like where you are? Swamped with emo fucks like most places? Actually, we don't have too many emo kids around here anymore. We do have a lot of metalheads, and they're the good kinds. They're good representatives of metal society, if you could call it that. JB Sauce asks, is Quappy the new crappy? Yes, it is. Freethinker3161 asks, what atheist did you first start watching on YouTube? Who was it on YouTube that started turning you away from the faith? I made a video about this a while back. Obviously it's set to private now, but the person who I drew the most inspiration from when I was an agnostic, you know, trying to figure things out for myself, was Phil Hellens, which a lot of people know. He has about 8,000 subscribers, and he puts out videos very sparingly, but whenever he does, it's always a very, very good one. Very high quality. I recommend you all check out Phil Hellens. Let's see. Joe Hio620 asks, I'm an atheist who enjoys a good debate, especially with Christians. Let's see. So his questions are, do you think that this is the most useful debunking method, which is citing the Bible as fallacious and special pleading? Whenever I try to debunk a Christian argument when they cite the Bible, I guess, yeah, you could say that if they say, well, the Bible says, when you say, why is the Bible true? And they say, well, the Bible says so, then you just say circular reasoning. Do you have a particular favorite argument against Christianity? You know, apart from all, like, the science, which just, you know, destroys the Genesis account, anything to do with creation, anything to do with miraculous claims, I like just moral arguments, talking about how immoral and wrong Christianity is for just being really fucked up and having horrible ideas like substitutional atonement, which are morally repugnant. Red First of Europe asks, are you going to take the mask off again? Everybody wants to know that. Probably will. As soon as things blow over, I think by the time I get to university it will be gone for good. Because then my parents, well, one of my parents will know that I'm an atheist. Red First of Europe also asks, what relation do you have with the Immortal Atheist? He's one of my best friends from high school. We actually known each other since, I think, grade 3. We're in the same elementary school, and we've gone through school all these years. And I dragged him kicking and screaming into the YouTube atheist thing a while ago, and he just made a couple videos, but now he just started up a new channel because he's interested in it for himself now. He wants to do this of his own interests, which I think is great. Vulpix asks, what are your favorite podcasts? My favorite podcasts are Atheist Experience, Non-Profits, Chariots of Iron. Obviously, these are all atheist podcasts. Free Thought Radio, and The Good Atheist. I'm going to stop this video now, and we're going to be moving on to part 3. Thanks again for watching.